I started as a young player in my hometown. My father was a coach, so I already went always with him. So I was training and training and training. And then I went to an open day. Then I get scouted there. So from that moment, I prefer to go to a training than to play with my friends. There have been moments that it was a little bit more difficult. Sometimes they say it's a sacrifice, but I did it with all pleasure, you know. It was something I wanted the most. I wanted to play football. I wanted to play football at the highest level. Football for me, I wanted to say it's my life, but it's a big part of my life. From when I was a child, I always have played football, always busy with the ball. My mother always told me that from the moment that I could walk, I always touched the ball, I always searched for a ball. I have to say, since I became a professional football player, it's a little bit different because you have also a life next to it, because it's not only football, you make a family. So my family is of course the most important thing, but you bring it all together because they follow you, they are in a different country, but it's the most beautiful thing. It will be always the main line in my story. I didn't know so much about Italy because on the vacations I went always to France, but I had Van Basten himself as a coach. He spoke a little bit to me about Italy, so then I knew already something. And yeah, it's a little bit strange, but in Holland it's like Italy is pasta, pizza, coffee. These are the famous things. It's better than I could imagine. Temperature, the culture, it's something that I love. In Holland we are quite straight and in squares. Here it goes a little bit with a little bit more time, a little bit more relaxed. It's something you get used to in the culture, and it's fantastic.
With its thousands of years of history and rich cultural heritage, Bergamo is a city with a medieval heart and a modern soul, shaped by centuries of artistic influences that have strengthened its artisanal identity. An identity inspired by the power of the Roman Empire and the elegance of the Republic of Venice. It has undergone constant development and today is the flagship of industrial production made in Italy.
I feel also a little bit like an ambassador for Bergamo because it's our hometown. I'm also a guy that likes to help the players who come. I suggest you always to live in Bergamo because Bergamo is the perfect city to live in. Milan is 50 minutes. Verona, very nice city, is 50 minutes, so it's all close. The people from Bergamo and also the provincia, they give you attention. They give you a feeling that you belong here and that you are an important player. Suggestion for the players when they come at the club to take it easy, also to have patience, because it's not easy to come in a different country, to adapt so quickly, because things are different and they go different. I remember when I came, the first 6 months, I almost didn't speak a word. I just listened. It's not easy. The local cuisine in Bergamo, the casoncelli. It's pasta with meat inside, cheese and some bacon. I loved it from the first moment. People say the best pasta is from grandparents because they make it themselves and they prepare it for a long time. So sometimes it's funny because people outside of our gate, they bring the homemade casoncelli from the mothers and they give it to me. So you have the polenta with cheese, and I think polenta with coniglio is very famous. The little funicolare, so it's a little tram that brings you from the low city to the high city, città alta. This is lovely. This is culture, this is the old story of, in the old city there are almost no cars because the streets are small. I think it's beautiful. I love to be in the middle of the people. You're a football player, but in the end you're also a normal human, like we all are. The feeling, the historical, small streets, this lovely kind of little piazza, small restaurants, it's just perfect. The high city is built around the wall that is very famous, that is even UNESCO. Yeah, this is the Piazza Vecchia. It's It's a little bit sad now because of the weather. But normally when it's nice weather, you see the restaurants, it's full of people. In the end, you have a very nice church that is also lovely to visit. Also the university here. During the week, I like to come here and to just drink a coffee and just sit here to watch the people around me. There's a pasticceria for ice and cakes and everything. The owner, he invented the stracciatella. I think it's quite a nice story, you know, because it's difficult to prove that he invented it, but he was the first one in Italy who brought it on the market. And I have to say, the stracciatella is amazing there.
Bergamo is one of the strongest manufacturing hubs in Europe. It is home to outstanding companies of excellence in their sectors, which enhance the value of made in Italy across the world, thanks to their extraordinary capacity for innovation. A success story built on the dedication and passion of those who, every day, embody the work culture that distinguishes this land.
We are visiting one of the largest companies in Bergamo, very important in the mechanics world. Here you see some of the parts that they construct here. It looks like small things, but they are very important things, of course. They started small. Now they are the most important company for this in the whole world. See, back to us, as a small team, a small Atalanta that was playing to stay in the Serie A. I think we can take an example, the Bergamaschi, to start small and to think big. Bergamo has quite some excellences. Amazing fabric where they produce all the waters in the mountains here. It's beautiful. Directly from the mountains, it's pure. This is my place. And now that I just arrived here, I feel like I'm playing a game now. Especially with the shirt on, I want to go out and start the warm-up. The dressing room is very important. Close the door, there are no cameras, and you can say the truth to each other. And I think that's very important in the team. I don't have really big rituals. Before we leave Zingonia, I always FaceTime my wife with my children to say that I love them and that they wish me good luck. Normally in the end of the hallway, you have the president who wishes us good luck. From that moment, you hear the tifosi. Yeah, we step outside, it's like a small whoop. We go like this, you know, and yeah, then the feeling there, the fans start to scream, and happy place. The most happy place for a football player to playing the game at Sunday. It's the moment you have worked for, so it's the most enjoyable moment of the week. They here are very respectful. When they see that with my children, they always wait, or they ask in a very nice way, is it possible to take a photo? And sometimes it's also not possible, but they accept and it's no problem. It's good to live here. Yeah, it's not overwhelming. Grazie, vedi, bellissimo, bellissimo, davvero.
Grazie per questa visita e per questa opportunità.
To have all these fans behind us, it's something incredible. It's something satisfying, something that gives you emotions, and something that lets you win, I think, a lot of games. If 25,000 people start to shout here, the opponent will not be so happy. I think that's exceptional, you know. I don't think you find that somewhere else. So, yeah, it's a great joy to watch this stadium.
Bergamo, a city with modern gears and an ancient heart whose machinery is changing the future as it proudly exports its world-class made-in-Italy products, is protected by its Greek heroine and bathed by its miraculous waters.
Honestly, I hope that we will live here also after my career. We like to stay here. The city is growing, getting more important, and I think that's the same for what we want with the team. That we keep on growing, team that plays for the European places, that we continue to surprise the people. As soon as I will quit after my career, probably I will be one of the biggest fans of Atalanta myself.